Okay, the Sports Inquirer is here with Taniyah Worth from Georgia State women's basketball. You had a big individual weekend this past few games at Coastal Carolina, but first, how did it feel to be back on the court individually and as a team? Because you had a bit of a delay and had the play suspended. You finally were able to get back on the court after 14 days off.
It felt good as an individual, and we were excited as a team to be back together and playing again.
Yeah, and then what about you? You had a career high, 17 points in the first game, and you had double digits in the second one. What about you individually? Just what did you feel out there when you were on the court?
I was just excited. This conference is like it's time. Like these are the important games. These are the games that matter the most.
Yeah, and the coach mentioned that you haven't been able to play every single game. You've been out of the lineup for a little bit. What about you? Do you feel individually? How do you feel physically and mentally just being back playing consistently?
It's exciting. I mean, mentally, like learning like the plays. Like I'm not really that good at plays, so that part is a little tough. But physically, I mean, I feel like physically that's like mental. So as long as I'm mentally strong, I'll be fine physically.
Yeah, and then what about the you and the team having to play two consecutive games in a row like that? You won the first against Coastal. You won the first game pretty handily. Trailed in the second half of the second one. Is that just the fact? Is that fatigue or just not being used to being on the court two consecutive days like that? How's the team adjusting to that?
I would say both because like we haven't played like before then we haven't played since Christmas, like before Christmas break. So I would say that we were a little tired, and I would say like Coastal Carolina, they like came to play. They were more prepared to play than the day before. So I would say it was like tired, and like we weren't expecting them to like actually like come. I wouldn't say like as hard as they did because like we still won, but like start off as strong as they did. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and then the team is back on the court later on this week against Appalachian State. You finally have a home conference game. How's power practice has been going and the team preparation for this weekend?
Practices have been going like practice have been like it's been good. We have one more practice tomorrow to get everything that we need to know and prepare for. We have one more day to do it, and I feel like all of my teammates we're all locked in and we're ready to play.
You mentioned you're excited to be back on the court and learning the plays. You reason you say that is you're a transfer student into Georgia State. You sat out last year from Alabama. First, how does it feel to be back on the court? I'm sure sitting out that redshirt year was pretty difficult for you.
Yeah, it actually like it was, and I feel like it was just I don't know. I just feel like everything just built up, and now everything is just coming out because I get to play.
Yeah, and what led to the transfer to Georgia State? You're from the state of Georgia locally, but you decided to go to another program. What was the draw to come back to Georgia State or come back to Georgia and play for the Panthers?
My mom being an hour away, excuse me, but yes, my mom is like an hour away, and like if I call her, she can come and see me. Alabama, like that was 3 hours away. I mean, she could come, but like it's not as easy as like 1 hour. So I was in my family.
Yeah. Now, were you looking at Georgia State when you were first being recruited, or did you realize when your time was over at Alabama that you wanted to come back into the state? What was that recruitment process to Georgia State like?
Honestly, when I was like at Alabama, I would talk to my teammates from high school. We had like a group message, and I would like tell them like I want to go, like I want to come back home, like I should have went to a school in Georgia and all of this. And one of my teammates, she said, my dad like he has a friend at Georgia State, like I could see if they can like like look at you and like check you out. And then the next day I got a phone call. So it was really my teammate from high school. She really helped me. Her dad, he really helped me.
And how was it like being home now, especially with everything that's been going on in the world over the past 10, 12 months? How does it feel to be back at least in the state of Georgia with your family
It
accessibility?
feel, it feels good, and I like know if I get sick or anything, like my mom is like she's easy to reach and she can come to me easily to help me and vice versa. Like if I know my brothers or my sister at home are like not okay, I can go to them without like I can go right now and just it's just like an hour away.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it, and good luck this weekend. And be safe.
Thank you. You too.
All right.